You don't always need to rush into your safety boat. That's what I call the safety boat in order to find that particular piece of content that will inspire yours. I mean, you already know enough. You read so many things, you watch so many films and podcasts and stuff and content. You're consuming so much. Okay, so I want to share with you two things that I personally find that they are affecting and they are killing our creativity. Number one will be an overcrowded mind. It's a mind full of noise, chaos, interruptions, worries, tasks, deadlines, you name it. And number two will be an overstimulated mind, where we consume endless content all the time, which leaves no room for creative development. This is what the world needs. It needs more original voices and character and work that inspires and feels fresh. Okay, so how do we fix this? How do we go around it? Well, first will be you need to set aside specific times, and you need a lot of time on your own, with your own thoughts, in order for you to play and execute and experiment with your ideas. Otherwise, how are you going to be able to create original work? And before someone attacks me and by saying that there's no such thing as original work, everything has been done before, it's just a recycling of things, well, I will agree with you, but at the same time, of course there is room for some original thought. And what do we mean by original thinking or original artist or original art and creations? Well, in my view, it's the ability of a person to sit down with the inspiration he or she already has in their lives, and just play with them and just twist them around and add their own voice and character to it. I mean, all the great thinkers on earth, they had one thing in common. It was the ability to sit on their own with their thoughts, being comfortable with them and playing with them and experimenting with them, and then giving their own voice and flavor to it. And if you want to grow as an artist, as a creative or a creator, you must put the effort to produce such level of interaction with yourself and your thoughts in order to be creative, and allow all this inspiration you had from all these different media, the podcasts, films, videos, paintings, poems, music, you name it. You blend them together in your head and you allow yourself to create something out of it, something new, something fresh. The same rules apply for the overstimulation part. We have to remove all the distractions, smartphones, close all the tabs we have in our browsers, 15, 20, or even worse, and try, every time we have to encounter a new project, a new work, a new passion that we want to bring out to this world, we need to force ourselves to work without getting inspiration first. Try that. Of course you're gonna get inspired in life. When you're traveling, when you're reading things, when you're listening to music, you watch commercials, podcasts, films, videos, different creators. We're consuming so much every day that we really need to limit and take control of our creativity in order to enable this original thinking and creativity. So the first thing we should do is to clear some space. During the periods in my career with less work, I find myself the most creative because I'm relaxed. And when you're relaxed, ideas flow. If they flow more clearly, and then you can catch them and write them down. Maybe for another day, you can come back and execute on them. Maybe, and I would suggest you execute them straight away, because then you're going to lose momentum. And when you lose momentum, creativity falls. You have to ride the wave when you feel it. Take the energy and go with it. I hope it doesn't sound pretentious, but it really works like that, at least to me. When you feel it, we have an idea, take it, write it down, execute it. That's it. Go for a walk. It sounds very simple, and it is very simple. It definitely works. The ancient Greeks knew it as well, all right? I mean, they were walking and thinking and discussing and walking and thinking, repeating this, coming up with one of the greatest ideas we ever had in our society. And thirdly would be try to remove the majority of your distractions. Put the phone away, unless it's an emergency for your family or work, that's real emergency. Put it away. Put it away for 1 hour every day or 2 hours. Practice deep work. Practice going really in with your artworks, with your creations, with your thinking. Practice thinking and writing down your ideas first before you go out and watch more content or visuals or sounds. How else are you going to achieve anything if you keep distracting yourself with messages and social media and calls and emails and YouTube and all this other stuff? You're not going to be able to achieve anything. Things are going to get very competitive from 2025 and onwards with all this content creation space and all this amazing work that comes in. It's going to be very competitive for a lot of people, for everyone. Not just businesses, individuals as well. It's going to be very competitive. As a director, my job is to create a director's treatment. It's a pitch that goes to clients or collaborators that shows my vision and how I want to approach the project, the style, everything. It's all the movements and the aesthetics and the sounds and the visuals and everything. So it's very easy, and I think a lot of people are doing this. It's very easy to go on YouTube or Vimeo or Pinterest and grab all these different inspiration and content and put them down and organize them really nicely and get the pictures, and then these things slowly influence your own head and your own ideas. And what you end up diluting your initial thoughts and ideas, and you're not giving yourself permission to give birth, for new ideas to emerge and catch them and play with them and create something unique and new and fresh. It's very easy to see what other people have done, especially now that everybody's so busy, everything is so with tight deadlines. I understand it and I respect it, but we must fight it. We must take control of it if we want to stay creative and sane in this ever-changing and super noisy world. I remember reading an article on Film Supply, I think, or Music Bed. It's the interview with a very successful, and I really love his work, Diego Contreras. He was suggesting that you should write your ideas down, write the treatment before you go and find the visuals. And I've tried, like a couple of years ago, I've tried implementing this method, and it was really hard at the beginning because it's like having a blank canvas. You sit there with your thoughts, and sometimes it's very scary because thoughts pop out all the time, all right? The brain knows what it's doing. It gets into survival mode, it gets into different modes, and it puts out things, its ideas, concepts that try to grab your attention. It's easy, it's the lazy way. You go out and you see what other people have done, where it was in a different time frame, different time zone, different nation, country, and different audience as well. So it was a different purpose, and you're trying to take it and copying, which leads to more repetitions on the web and in the world. There's nothing wrong with taking inspiration. Of course we're going to get inspired. Of course we're going to build on pre-existing ideas, all right? We're going to stand on the shoulders of the giants that stood before us and did amazing work. You don't always need to rush into your safety boat. That's what I call the safety boat, in order to find that particular piece of content that will inspire yours. I mean, you already know enough. You read so many things, you watch so many films and podcasts and stuff and content. You're consuming so much. Try and allow some time, a lot of time, every day, every 2 days, every 3 days, to understand yourselves and your thoughts and the patterns and the unique ideas and the unique voice you have. So to summarize, we have to try to maximize the amount of hours and time that we spend being creative and thinking of ideas and playing with ideas. Second, we need to remove all the distractions, put the phone away. You don't have to overstimulate and doom scrolling all the time on social media and finding yourself getting lost in all this diverse and amazing and bad content. Control your creativity, control the amount of inspiration you want to have every day. There's so much inspiration from different sources that you're losing your character, you're losing your ability to think clearly and for yourself. All of the great artworks that exist in the world, they had a great artist behind them. And for every artwork, this object, this tangible object, contains an intangible and invisible part from the artist. Think about it. This is the artist, and this is its creation, his or she's. This creation holds one piece from the artist, and the artist holds one piece from the artwork as well, which is pretty amazing to think about. Think about it. It's amazing. And why? Because when the artist manages to put his voice and his passion and his energy to create something out of nothing, that's freaking amazing. And you don't want so many sources to help you do that. You need a few, and you need to take breaks. Stay away from them. Stay away from them, from hours, from days, for weeks. I don't have to watch another film or a video to be inspired to create my next commercial or my next video project. I don't need it. I can go to Rome and look at the architecture and the design and the colors, which was amazing, an amazing experience, by the way. And I'm inspired. You know, it fuels my creativity. Be inspired by real people in real life, by real relationships. Be inspired from everyday life, and then bring them to your projects. Seriously, I mean, we don't have to be so technical about it. We just need real emotions, because people care about real stories and real emotions. That's it. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing or liking this video, or even better, write down your comments. I want to have a discussion with you. And as always, thank you very much.